Hey, it's Daikeler, CEO of Beachbody, and I'm here with superstar diamond coach Tarah Carr. Tarah is here for a very special day where we celebrate the achievement of 15-star diamond, which is our highest rank that we offer, and it is an amazing feat. It shows that you're leading people and really inspiring people to get more out of life and help us end this trend of obesity. What is it that got you to this point? I mean, you live in Japan, for crying out loud. We don't even have this opportunity open in Japan. How are you getting so much traction?
I think that's the biggest thing with me is I love a challenge. And so, you know, like you said, we don't have it in Japan. And I wanted to break that excuse of people saying, you know, I'm a military wife and I live in South Korea. I can't do it. I'm like, well, I did it in Japan. You can do it anywhere. So I definitely love a challenge. But I also wanted to break that mold of military spouses, you know, thinking, you know, they just have to follow their husband everywhere and lose himself a little bit, because I know I did when I gained 60 pounds. I just, you know, was a mom, and although that's a very rewarding job, I wasn't doing anything for myself. And so when I lost weight and I became a coach, I just became very passionate about helping people and sharing that with them and showing them that they could have confidence still, and they didn't have to have that mom body, as everybody says. So it was really just great for me to share that with other people.
So how did you get into it? I mean, how did it even reach you, this opportunity?
I got a free t-shirt. So I lost 62 pounds with TurboFire, and I submitted my before and after. And I remember saying to my husband, he was in the Philippines, I said, no, you don't think anyone's going to see this picture, right? Because this is really unflattering. And he's like, no, they'll never show that. They have so many people. And I signed the little waiver, you know, saying you could use whatever you wanted of me. And the next morning I was on the home screen. So I was already out there, and I thought, you know what? Okay, my friends are saying they saw me on the home screen. I didn't even know they did Beachbody. And I just put my story out there. I put it on Facebook, and you know, my friends had been following me. I had a whole 250 friends on Facebook at the time. And it was just really inspiring them that I had the courage to go out there and say, hey, I did this program and I would like for you to join me. And I decided to become a coach just to earn back my Shakeology. Truthfully, that was all I wanted. You know, we were in $35,000 of debt at the time, so that was my only goal, and I achieved that and more, obviously.
So when, I mean, you had this little goal, when did it change? Like, okay, so all of a sudden you get 3 people or so and your Shakeology's free.
Right.
And then when did you go, wait a minute, I'm going to create something that could actually help me wipe this debt out? Absolutely.
It was my first summit. So I came to Summit not as a coach. I was a coach. I just hit Diamond in about 21 days. But I was there as the Beachbody Challenge winner for TurboFire. I was a finalist. And so I flew from Japan with my babies. My husband was in a war zone. And I thought, you know what? I don't know anybody here. I knew nobody. I didn't even really know my coach. I talked to her one time. And I thought, you know, it would be nice to meet some new friends. I don't really know a lot of people in Japan, so why not? You know, I'm going to this fitness place. I'm going to surround myself with like-minded people. And I showed up, and I took pictures, and everybody hugged me. They acted like we'd been family forever. And I just felt a part of something, like something that was great, and that I wanted to continue that. And I was sitting in the audience, and I was watching all these coaches come up and share their stories on stage, you know, how they paid off all this debt or how they retired their spouse. And I remember just kind of looking over at the seat next to me, and I didn't have a guest with me, and I thought, it'd be so cool to have Adam here one day, you know, where he didn't have to go to a war zone anymore, and he could just be with me and be with the boys. And, you know, Jonah was 3 months old at the time. So that was my why. Like, I found it right then and there. As a brand new coach, it was like, I'm going to retire Adam. I don't care what it takes. He didn't know that plan yet, but I knew that I was going to show him, you know, hey, I can do this, and I did.
Now, wait, did you say you were Diamond in 21 days?
I was, yeah.
You were pretty hardcore right from the get-go.
I went out running. You know, I honestly have not slowed down, but it's truly been because I used to be a very negative person when I first married my husband. Yeah, I, you know, was always very bubbly in high school. I was very friendly, but then when I gained a lot of weight, I became very self-conscious, and I would, you know, put my son in front of me for pictures, or I would make Adam crop our heads, you know, in our family portraits, and I just didn't become me. And so when I lost all that weight, I started to gain my self-confidence again, and I was cracking jokes and, you know, just being the life of the party, as so people say. And I just, when I became Diamond, I didn't want to stop from there. Like, it was something that, it was a positive thing for me to do, and I wasn't being negative anymore. And Adam was making comments about, you know, hey, I kind of like this new side of you, you know, doing Beachbody. So I just always set new goals to keep myself busy, and instead of stressing at night, I worked.
And you're not a network marketing professional? This isn't the thing that you
I actually barely made it out of high school, to be honest with you. My senior year got a lot of C's and D's. So I never went to college. I got married at 19, pregnant at 20, and followed my husband in North Carolina. He became a Green Beret in the Army, and we moved to Japan. So it's always been for me just wanting to be a wife and mother.
That's a really big deal. I mean, seriously, because people define themselves often by failures or disappointments, and then they can consider themselves the black sheep of the family kind of thing. Like, well, my siblings are more successful, and my job is to be the failure in the family, or I don't ever get that kind of success. But a light bulb went off, and you made a decision that why not me? And you've seen it through. Has it always been clear sailing? I mean, has it just been a matter of elbow grease for you, or what?
No, it wasn't always, smooth sailing. There was a lot of times where I had to show my coaches, hey, this isn't easy for me. It may look easy on social media, but I started with 200 friends on Facebook. I live in another country where we have a lot of restrictions, and I have actually made the trip to the States 42 times for Beachbody events. Wow. With my children by myself on my own income. So my first, 6 figures that I earned with Beachbody, I paid off my debt, and the rest I reinvested every penny back into my business with flights to come to the events, make sure that I was present, show my team that I'm going to show up. It doesn't matter that I'm 23 hours away. I'm going to show up. And if you're going to show up, I'm going to lead you, and I'm not going to let you down. And so I wasn't reaping the rewards right away. I was getting the income, but I was reinvesting it back into myself. And I truly believe that that's why I'm here today, is because I kept showing up.
Well, we hear a lot about how difficult it is for military to transition from active duty back into the professional world. And then, some will go to school, but some look for full-time employment. I think this is such a great opportunity for people to begin that transition.
Absolutely.
As a family, spouses sort of supporting each other to attack another front, and that front being this trend of obesity, which is having such an unbelievably negative impact on the culture of the United States and North America. So how big of a part of your business is that idea of, hey, start to set the stage for a smooth transition with a real income opportunity out of the military?
I have, when I hit 15 star, I had 19 diamonds, and 18 of those were military wives. So I attract my, like-minded women, ones that see, hey, if she can do it, I can do it, because I didn't go to college. I had babies young. I'm living in the same country she's living in. Right. There were no special tools that were given to me. It was something that I believed in. It was something that I worked hard for. And I paid that forward. It's, it's kind of like that movie, you have to pay it forward. And he's got the little diagram of all the people that he's helping. That's exactly how I looked at it. And so I do feel like I do attract a lot of people in the military because of what I've shown them that, you can do with it. So Adam and I, one of our big thing is also showing the coaches in our network how supportive you do have to be of each other. In the beginning, Adam was a little skeptic, He's like, I don't know about all of this. You're going to these events and I'm not home. It's that protective factor. Sure, he didn't know what I was getting into. And I was working a lot, and he'd make a joke, did you make 12 cents an hour today? And I'm like, I think I did. But he saw how happy I was and how passionate I was. And that's what I think is attracting my coaches the most. It's not really about the money, to be honest. We're making a great living. And a lot of us will retire our spouses like I have with Adam, but we're very passionate about what we do, and although our husbands are fighting a war, we're fighting a war against obesity. So it's a great feeling.
Now, not everybody you recruit is going to be successful or has been successful. They all can be successful. What have you found is the difference between these two groups? Somebody who comes in, they have incredible intent, but doesn't work for them, or they make certain choices, and there's other people who become diamond and they go on to this incredible success. Have you done any analysis?
I have.
What is the difference?
There's a lot of factors, but one of the biggest thing is having heart and habit. It's having consistency in your business. And so if you're coming into this and you don't have a passion to help people, and you're just getting in thinking, I'm going to sell everybody, you're not really going to make it. You have to have heart behind your habit of just being consistent, of sharing with people. You have to be proof that the product works. I have a lot of people come on and say, I don't think I'm going to drink Shakeology. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, why wouldn't you not drink the best thing that's out there? And, the coaches that truly believe in what we do are my most successful coaches. And they don't have the mindset that if I don't go diamond in 90 days, I'm going to quit.
Right.
They have the same mindset that I'm going to be in this for life with you. I'm running with you no matter how quickly I hit it, or if I ever hit 15 star, I'm in this for the long haul because I believe in what I do.
We've had a lot of coaches that they've come up to me at events and they've said, you know, I would do this for free. It's so rewarding to help people to get those before and after photos and see how people's health have changed, how the family dynamic when they're taking better care of themselves changes, that they just love that part of being a coach. And with 200 million people overweight or obese in this country, there's a lot of opportunity left in this business, and it's not like other network marketing business where it's what's in it for me first as a distributor, but it's really about achieving what you want out of life at the same time that your intent is to help the people that you're serving. Do you feel like there's still opportunity? I mean, obviously you do, but I mean, but like, how do you, like, some people look at this though and they go, well, I wish I'd have got in when you got in.
Right. And I think, you know, I think that whole timing thing is a joke because I would still be successful if I signed up today. And I think the more you give a reason for someone to follow you, the more that someone's going to ask you for help. And so this morning, you know, driving over the limo, I've got my phone and on Facebook, 3 new messages. Hey, I really want to try the Shakeology thing. I've been following you for 2 years.
Right.
You know, 2 years. And, and in my mind, I'm thinking, well, why are you waiting till now?
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes people that long. You know, they're just following you. They're too timid to reach out to you. And you have to be the consistent one. And if you signed up and you quit in 90 days, you possibly just lost out on 5 people that you could help that maybe would have been ready the next month.
Yeah.
And so for me, I don't believe it's about timing it. I believe it's about what you put into it and how hard you're willing to work for it. Yeah. And like you said, I would do it for free, but it came to a point where I at first thought, well, I'm a little fearful what people are going to think. You know, I'm making money, but I am helping people. But then I put it into the perspective of it's not a crime to make money to help people.
Right.
Doctors make money and they help people. My husband's fighting a war and he gets a paycheck. So I put it in the perspective of I'm proud of the money that I make with Beachbody because I know that I'm changing lives.
Yeah, well, I think that not all leaders are the same, and I think somebody watching this has the opportunity to make a choice, and I think anybody would be lucky to choose to join your team.
Well, thank you.
Be led by the type of person that you are with the kind of intent that you have shown in this and the resilience that you've got, that even when you have a tough week or a tough month, I can always count on seeing Tarah and your team achieve things that are always spectacular in terms of the people that you help and also the results that you put up. So I just am so grateful for the work that you've done, and I really think that if you're thinking about this, that's a winner right there.
Well,
and you'd be lucky to be a part of that team. So great work, and congratulations on Superstar Diamond.
Thank you.